we're going to be making today a rock, paper, scissors game in Python. And all you're going to need is regular old Python like we've got here. And all we're going to do is file, add a new file. And we're going to start from here. So it's quite a short program really. And there's a couple of bits and pieces we need to import with it. But once you have done it, you can obviously extend it and have it so it like counts and add a score function and things like that to it. I'm just going to be going through the basics of how the logic of a rock, paper, scissors program will work. So it'll be you, the user, versus the computer. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to actually, we are going to first of all import time, because we're going to use that to create a bit of drama. We're also going to import random because we're going to need that for the computer's choice as well. And we are going to create this as a new procedure. So we're going to define rock, paper, scissors. And we're going to go from here. So I'm going to start off by making an input list here. So input list equals, and it's going to contain the three different options. So it could be rock, paper, or scissors. And, scissors. And we're going to do it this way. It'll become more apparent when we actually get to checking some bits and pieces, but you'll see why we're actually doing this in a bit, or doing it that way. We're going to start off with basically having this so it's in a loop. So we're going to do like go again equals int input, press 1 to play again, 2 to quit. Okay, so because this is an int input, unless the user puts in a number here, it will throw an error. But we could add some extra validation onto this later on. But for the time being, to keep this simple, let's just have it so the user's only, we're going to assume the user will only ever enter 1 or 2 to play again here. So actually, we will just do just this one bit of. So while go again is not equal to 1, and it's not equal to 2. We are going to print number not allowed, and then we're going to give them this option again. So this will actually, sorry, if they put in a different number which isn't 1 or 2, it will go round and round here. But if they put in a letter, it will cause an issue for the program. It will crash. So we're just going to have it. So it's just these numbers here. So now we're going to have a look at this next one here. So while go again is equal to 1. So while the user actually wants to have another go, we are going to print select rock, paper, scissors using 1, 2, or 3. And then we'll actually get them at choice equals int input again. So remember, int means it's only going to select, it's only going to allow a user to put a number in here. And we're going to give them the options here. So 1 is going to be rock, and then we're going to do a new line, so /n. 2 is going to be paper, and another /n. And 3 is obviously going to be scissors. And we'll do a /n as well. 2 brackets on the end there. Okay, so we've now got our little option. The user knows to type in 1, they're going to be selecting rock, 2 is paper, 3 is scissors. And it's important to make sure that this list here is in the same order as this list here. So it's rock, paper, scissors like that. Okay, it's really important that. So the next bit we're going to look at here is if they don't type in 1, 2 or 3, we need another like while loop here as well. Okay, so it's going to be follow a kind of like a similar sort of pattern. So while choice is not equal to 1 and choice is not equal to 2, see what I'm doing here, and oh, not equal to 2 and choice is not equal to not equal to 3, we are basically going to say you haven't put in 1, 2 or 3, so we're going to go again. Okay, so print number not allowed, and then we just give them this option again. We're just going to copy that and put that there. Make sure it's all indented underneath the while loop. Okay, so if they don't put 1, 2 or 3 in, we say number not allowed, and we give them an option again, and we force them through this loop until they get that option correct, or until they put 1, 2 or 3 in. Now, once they've put 1, 2 or 3 in, we need our computer to actually randomly choose something. So computer choice equals random dot rand int, and the computer is going to choose a number between 1 and 3. So we've made our choice, the computer will have made their choice as well, and all we're basically going to be doing is we're going to be comparing these numbers, and based on the comparison we'll actually throw up whether or not we've actually beat the computer or whatever. So we're going to obviously do a little bit more than just that, so we're just going to do like a print like ready, and we're going to do a little bit of like a bit of stopping the time, so it's like ready set go here for this next bit. Okay, so I'm just quickly do that now. So I've done my ready set go here. I've used dot sleep to make everything sleep for 0.2 of a second before it goes to the next one. You can change it to whatever you want in here. If you want it to wait a little bit longer, a little bit less time, change that number up or down however you want. Okay, so at the moment it's sleeping for 0.2 of a second. If I put 1 in there, it'd sleep for a whole second. We'll see that working in a second. I always found that putting 1 second in there is actually a lot longer when you're sitting waiting to test things than you actually realise. So what we're going to do now, we're going to actually print out what our user has chosen. So we're going to do it as this. So print you chose, and it is going to be our input list and the choice -1. So bracket. So because my user is putting in 1, 2 or 3, and my input list here is obviously starting at 0, so 0, 1, 2, okay? Because of that, when I go to actually say what the user's selected, I'm going to do whatever they input -1. So if they put in 3 to choose scissors, obviously on my input list, scissors is actually stored in position 0, 1, 2. So scissors is stored in position 2. So that basically means that I just need to -1. So whatever the user's choice is, in order to make it line up correctly with these positions here, I have to -1 from it. And I'm going to do the same with the computer choice as well. So print the computer chose, and then I do input list again, but this time in my square brackets it's going to be computer choice -1. Okay, now it might seem a bit odd. You might be thinking, well, why don't I just put in rock, paper or scissors here, and why am I using this list here? It will become a bit clearer once we go on to the next bit and we start doing the actual comparisons. So our computer chose that as well. So this is actually going to produce for us the correct rock, paper, scissors, whatever, okay? And just to reinforce, the reason we're -1 is because we're selecting 1, 2 or 3, but our input list is storing these positions 0, 1 or 2. So whatever we select here, in order to correctly select the position in this list, we have to -1 from it, okay? I'm going to stop banging on about that now because I'm assuming you guys already know. Okay, so what do we do next then? So we need to actually program how we would go about doing a draw, how we know the computer wins, and how we know we would win as well. So let's start by programming the criteria for a draw. So if we actually draw, it means that both of these numbers, the computer's choice and my choice, are the same. If those two numbers are the same, it means that I've actually hit a draw, and I'll be able to produce that information. I'm just going to write draw there so we know what this bit is actually for. So if the computer choice is equal to the choice, so my user choice here, I'm going to print it's a draw. Okay. So if it's not a draw, then I need to check all of the other pieces of criteria here. So this is actually a little bit longer, but we'll get the idea of it as we go. So if it's not a draw, I'm going to do an else statement, and here is where I check everything else. So first of all, I'm going to check the conditions for a rock winning. So check the conditions for rock. So who would win with rock, for example? Okay. So in order to do that, I'm going to do. Let me just hashtag it as rock here, and you'll start to see a pattern here as we go through. So if let me just make it bigger. So if the computer choice equals 1 and choice equals 3, so if the computer has chosen rock and I have chosen scissors, it means that the computer is going to win in this case, yeah? So I'm going to print computer wins. Now I'm going to swap that around. So I'm going to do elif computer choice equals 3 and my choice equals 1. It means the computer chose scissors and I chose rock, so that print you win. And that's rock done. And I basically just need to do that for all the other conditions now. So I'm going to do paper and I'm going to do scissors. So this one's paper. If the computer choice is equal to 2 and my choice is equal to 1, so in this case, if the computer has chosen paper and I've chosen rock, that's going to be a computer win as well there again. So we're going to print computer wins. Now I've made a slight mistake here. I've carried on my indenting here, which I shouldn't have, and also I've done the wrong bit here. So if you've done the same as me, make sure to highlight your next section because it should all be in line. Format and dedent region. So these guys should all be in line. And make sure that's an elif statement there as well. Okay, so elif computer choice 2 and the add choice is 1. That means the computer wins. And again, I'm going to swap this around. So elif computer choice equals 1 and my choice equals 2. That means that the computer chose rock and I chose paper, so that would mean that I win. And now the final bit here. So I just need to do the same for scissors. Let's just write scissors here as well. So the last one here is the scissors, and I'm going to do elif the computer chooses scissors. So if the computer choice is scissors, which is 3, and my choice is paper, which is 2, that means that the computer is going to win. I'm going to do exactly the same again, but I swap them around. My computer choice is 2, so computer chose paper, and my choice is scissors, 3. That is going to mean that my user wins. Now, we should have covered every single combination here. shouldn't be anything else that's wrong. But just in case you've made a mistake, it's good here to just put an else statement in, and we're just going to print logic error, so that when we're testing it, if you get that, it means you have to come back to here and re-look at everything that you've done to make sure you've covered all of the bases. Okay, so if you end up hitting that logic error, it means that something's not right in this part here. And then we are literally going to, and that is more or less it. We're gonna now backspace again, so I'm in line with this while loop. Do I need to be in line with this while loop? Sorry, no, what? So I'm in line with this if statement here, and I'm going to do go again equals int input, and I'm just going to say press 1 to go again, 2 to quit. Put that on a new line for the user as well. Oh, 2 brackets at the end. And then we'll do another quick while thing here. So while, so basically if they haven't put 1 or 2 in, so while go again is not equal to 1, and go again is not equal to 2. We want to basically say that it's not allowed. Print number not allowed, and then we give them this option here again. And then that is it. And at the very end here, so basically if they don't put, so that will go back round, and then that will trigger this bit here. But if this isn't 2 at this point here, it means that that's going to cause an issue. There might be a bit of an issue here actually with the. I think I'm doing 2 checks here. It doesn't matter. We'll run it and see how it goes. Rock, paper, scissors. So just save it there. So it doesn't like. While go again. Oh, that should be a not equals to, shouldn't it? Not equals to 1. Let's try again. There we go. So press 1 to play again, 2 to quit. So let's hit 1. So, oh, I've put that space wrong there. So select rock, paper, scissors using 1, 2, or 3. So let's do rock first. Ready, set, go. You chose rock. Computer chose scissors. That means you win. Press 1 to go again, or 2 to quit. So here we go again. So let's try paper this time. Ready, set, go. You chose paper. Computer choose rock. That means that we win again. Doing pretty good here. 1 to go again. So let's try scissors this time. So scissors. Ready, set, go. You chose scissors. Computer chose paper. We win again. Let's see if we can actually trigger it so the computer wins. Let's try rock again. You chose rock. Computer chose scissors. We win again. Doing really well here. Let's try rock again. You chose rock, computer chose rock, so that's a draw. So let's see if we can trigger it so the computer wins. We chose rock, computer chose scissors, so we're winning, keep beating it. Come on, computer, choose paper. Keep beating the computer. That's another draw. Here we go, so the computer, so we've won quite a few against the computer here, but the computer, we chose rock, the computer's now chose paper, so the computer wins there as well. So it's a game, I mean, you don't need to kind of go around and test and make sure. You could put a little like score capture here as well. Maybe we could add that in quickly now actually. Let me just get rid of that. This is space here that's causing the issue with my bit there. So actually at the beginning here, let's do computer score equals 0. Actually if we do that, it's going to put them to 0 each time we run the program. Actually, but we're not running the program, so it will work. So computer score equals 0. user score equals 0 there as well. Sorry, what I meant there was if I put this in here, every time I call the program, it'll reset these to zeros. But because I'm using a while loop, I'm not recalling the whole program. It means I'm going to set them to 0, and then we'll just go around here. So every time the computer wins, we want to add 1 to the computer score. So computer score equals computer score plus 1. And then every time we win, score equals score plus 1. And then at the end here, before we do our go again bit, what we want to do is we want to print current scores, print computer, and then the computer score, and then print user, and then just the score. Definitely call them computer score. Oh, I called it user score. I'm going to change that just to score. So here it's going to print out my user score and my computer score each time. And actually, let's just print a new line above and below it. So it's really obvious to see. Right, let's have another look at this. Also, make sure when we're writing this here, you write it right along the left-hand side there as well. Another way to actually make this run, if you didn't know this, you can actually call this program without doing that. So if I run Python, it's going to come up with nothing there. But if I write the name of the procedure I've just created with brackets like that, press enter, it will run it for me. I can just include it in the program so I don't have to type it each time. But that's a way to get it to run as well. So press 1 to play again. So let's go play again. So rock, paper, scissors, rock, ready, set, go. So here we go, it's now updating my score. So let's see if this updates each time. So 2-0 to me so far. The computer's got one back there. Let's see how we keep going here. Oh, computer's catching up. And we can see how that would keep on going round, okay? So if I do 2 to quit, that'll stop the program. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that. I will leave all the code in the GitHub. If you don't want to type the code, if you don't want to type it into idle to get it to run, you can just do it like this here as well, like we were doing, bracket, and then run it like that, and it will run automatically for you. Okay, so all this code will be on the GitHub for you guys to have a look at. I hope you've enjoyed that, and there'll be another lesson coming out later this week. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed lockdown, and we'll see you next time.